remember one time my ex-husband asked me, "Do I have to think about everything before I say it?" And my reply to him was, "Yeah, that would be nice." Hi, my name is Rhonda, and today I'm going to be talking about awareness and self awareness. And the difference between awareness and self awareness is being observant about the things that are going on around you and being aware of things in your life that are happening physically, and by using all of your senses, being able to tell what's going on around you. And self awareness is knowing what's going on inside of you. And part of that self awareness of knowing what's going on inside of you is how you're going to respond to that outside world. And that's what self awareness is all about, is by examining yourself and your emotions and how you interact with people. I know there were times in my life when I was married, my marriages weren't all bad, but that I guess I didn't like myself even. I was in such a combative situation and arguing, and we had kids combined from two different families, and it just wasn't working out. And I was in this constant state of stress and on edge, and the only thing that I could think of to do was to get a divorce, because I was turning into somebody that I didn't like, and I recognized that. And I told my kids that, and I'm yelling at my kids, and I don't even know why I'm yelling at my kids, because I'm not like that. Well, the environment that I was in had changed me, and I had turned into this person that I didn't like. And the reason why I knew this is because I did have some self-awareness that popped up finally after a period of time, because corruption can happen gradually over a certain amount of time. And that's kind of what happens with emotions and with who we think we are and who we're becoming. And I knew that wasn't me. I knew that wasn't me that was reacting to those things all the time, because that, I think, was the start of like a serious journey into self-awareness, because I had to define who I was in order to be able to figure out how I responded to the outside world. And of course that changed over time, and I learned with my children to also do that. I'm very aware of myself. And one thing I noticed is that people who are angry or upset, a lot of people, if you don't get angry or upset with them, then that makes them even madder. And I don't know why that is. I guess that thing that misery loves company, I guess. But it was not a fun situation to be in, but it taught me a lot about myself, about what I wanted and what I didn't want. And as I was saying about my children, I was able to communicate with them after I got divorced in a different way, in a different level, and not get sucked into the teenage prompts of engagement that they often give their parents. So, I mean, it took me a while, and I faltered some. I was a single mom. I'm 59 right now, but most of it was a single mom. Even when I was married, I was a single mom, basically. So, making mistakes like that also, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be as people appear, to be very patient. I appear to be a very patient person because I've learned that, and I don't respond wildly to things, externally or whatever. And recently, my best friend's husband passed away a few weeks ago, and I cried. But then I thought it was strange that I didn't really, I really didn't know what to do. And part of it is because I'm 1,200 miles away from them, and there's a memorial at the beginning of October that I'm going to be going to. But it's like I'm kind of trying to get myself squared away, because I haven't grieved like I should, and I think it's because I'm not around that energy. I haven't seen my friend yet, and so I imagine there's probably gonna be like a total breakdown at that point. So it's not that we don't react to things that are externally. It's not like we become numb, but kind of for a while it looks like. I mean, I look like that. I look like I don't care sometimes, but that's not it. I'm just choosing not to react in whatever situation has come up with that has presented itself in front of me. And and it's really important. I need to eat right. I need the right amount of sleep. I mean, it feels like I have to live this perfect life of exercise and diet and, the whole circle of things that are really healthy for you. You throw in yoga or meditation, or you can, some of the other modalities that are really popular to help people raise their consciousness, hopefully. Um, One of the things that I deal with a lot is I have one of my passions. One of the things that really tugs at my emotions, which I do cry a lot during that, are the high kill shelters. There's a high kill shelter in San Bernardino, and it's absolutely horrific. Oops, and it's absolutely horrific because of the kill rate that they have there. And I look at those and I follow them on purpose because I'm interested. I actually rescued a dog from Montana, from San Bernardino. Kind of a long story, but and so I'm kind of fond of that shelter and the volunteers that helped me get my dog out of there. Um, but one of the things I have to do is, because it is so heart wrenching, and you can apply this to human trafficking, you can apply this to homeless, you can apply it to whatever you want. But I really have to look at that, of those dogs, knowing like 80% of their dogs right now are being euthanized because they're coming from other cities, and it's they said that it's people are going back to school, and all these different things are going on, so people aren't adopting dogs and they're not coming to get their other dogs. And I know this information, but I have to let go of it. I have to let go of it, and that's where I'm aware of that. I'm aware of what's going on, and the self-awareness is saying, Rhonda, you need to let go of that. You need to let go of it. I don't have any control, and there's a purpose, and I truly, honestly, am having a hard time with it. But there's a purpose and there's a reason for that, and so I try to turn it around in my head and just be thankful. And this might sound weird, that be thankful that some of these dogs that are being euthanized haven't been captured and put into like dog fighting rings, or they're in abusive situations. Some of the dogs that they get in there is heart wrenching. But so I have to kind of separate that, and I was able to do that. I surprised myself the other day because and it's a Facebook page that I follow, and I was like, Rhonda, no, you have to let it go, and I was able to almost immediately. I felt this pressure, this release come off of me, because it's like in being self-aware and being aware of what I can do and what I can't do, and seeing things from that point of view and choosing how to react to it. I mean, I could be very, very upset, and I am, but deep down, big picture, I know I can't do anything about it. And so I think that somebody else who, wasn't quite as, self-aware, wasn't in this process of transformation, I mean, they just can't handle it. They just can't handle it. They're just, they just can't handle it. So they deny it, and they don't research it. They don't look it up. They don't know anything about it. Same with sex trafficking. People just cover their eyes. Same with a lot of the things that are going on in the world right now. People just are covering their eyes and shielding their eyes for it. And I happen to believe that in the good, there's good guys, there's bad guys, and we see a lot of the bad guys right now, and you don't see a lot of the good guys do anything, and that's good, because that means that they're doing it, and they're doing something behind the scenes, and I think all of it is, going to be really good. And it's going to be really good because it's creating the awareness, creating the awakening. That's why they have said that this is the great awakening. The awakening being, you started in sanity, and then you go to sanity, and then you go to empowerment, and then you get into the awakening stage. And as all of us go up and up and up and up and up, that means that consciousness is going to be rising everywhere. I research a lot of different information, and I have some friends that are really depressed, and I said, watch where your energy is going, watch where your energy is going. I really decreased my social media and news intake a lot. I've picked, favorites, instead of trying to watch everything or get these emails or notifications. I picked my favorite. I probably have like four favorite different main sources of information that I look at daily, which may sound like a lot, but it really isn't. So, and none of it is mainstream media. I can tell you that right now. So, if you're, wondering about awareness and self-awareness, it has to start with awareness. You have to realize what's going on first to be able to work on yourself and create your self-awareness and be willing to go to the next stage, because it is a process of transformation. And so once you're self-aware, then you become empowered and you go into a stage of empowerment, which feels absolutely um, you know lighter. It's a lot lighter. You go into a lot lighter world. You're moving out of this third density, really, really, really heavy stuff into, lighter and lighter and lighter densities. And that kind of equates to the, um, how many emotions we hold on to, and how much the fear that we hold on to, and being able to let go of that. And like they say, if you have a big old backpack on and you let it off and you're just like, oh my gosh, what a relief. Well, it's kind of like that. That's what I found anyway. But my name is Rhonda, and if you like this video, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.